Good evening, folks. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Halfway to the weekend now. A little quick snack here, and we're going to take our first trip to Ladoga Lake tonight. We're going to go out there with our ultralight telescopic setups and see if we can't catch some of the whitefish and the small fish out there, like the three spines, stickleback, common minnow, stuff like that. And from what I understand, they mostly bite in the early morning and early evening. So we've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to travel over there and go and just start doing a tour of the town, learning my way around. So here we go. Very first trip out there. It's a 39 silver to go out there. As you can see, the Split Lake is mostly known for trolling. So I don't know how profitable these fish we're going after are going to be, but we'll give it a try. I'm kind of scoping out to help make my final decision as far as whether to go with the ultralight telescopic upgrade or save up for another heavy duty one. Hey Canadian, hey Cappy, how you guys doing tonight? All right, here we go. Ladoga Lake for the first time. We got some sort of marine gas pump there. I'm guessing one of these is the boat rentals. Got the workshop here. Fish market there. Okay. Buying 3 telescopics out here. Okay, we got grocery. Oh, does anybody know if are there any of the shops here at like a penalty on price? Here's the first place we want to stop. Administration building. Ourselves a map. There we go. So I know the spots we want to try fishing are going to be like right here and right here from my research. Now we've got the Beluga store. This is, I believe, where you get cheaper repairs and stuff like that out here on these. I've heard that in the past, so not something we'll be dealing with. Decent silver for the price time. Okay, that's good to know. We've got a hardware shop here. It may be about time to start making coffee, but we'll hold off just a little bit for that. Trying to find this is the grocery. Here's the tackle store. Wanted to check and see just in case. The rod that I'm looking at for ultralight would be this, which is not a huge capacity increase. It's 3.5 over our current 2.2. Yeah, it did look like I've been seeing a lot of common carp chums, so it goes with our theory that it's every other day. Yesterday amber was terrible, so today it seems to be really well. See, now I need to figure out, can I get over to that area without a boat? Like a trail up here or something I can walk along? There's a gate there, so I'm assuming not. Nope. And go past that. Man, looks so I guess you have to buy a boat to get anywhere on this map. That's the case. Unless I can go through this lower section, maybe. Does not look like it. Okay, so let's see how much these boat prices are. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping I could just walk there and avoid a rental. We can go with the cheap boat. Let's see, what is our cheapest? Man, these boats are kind of pricey too for just what I'm planning on doing. I guess we'll just do a one-day rental for now. And if we get stranded, we can just fast travel back to here. Not a big deal. I think so. Yeah, the active spots I think are ones mainly for bottom fishing. They need to be like about 30 to 40 meters out. But from what I saw, the fish we're going after, the spots are up here in these 2 spots. So I'm gonna head there to start things off. I've got a good bit of mayfly larva, which seems to be the best bait to use. Go a bit further in here. All right, can you even get out of the boat, or do you have to fish from the boat? Looks like you can get off. Okay, good, good, good. So I did make a note. Let me pull my little notepad up here. 3568. This is where we're going to try first. So this spot's supposed to be more of the smaller fish. I guess that's going to be like right in here somewhere. I guess right where my boat is. Let me just relocate this a little bit then. See, spot wind off. There we go. All right. Go and set my hotbar up for the ultralight. And I did finally get one glowing bobber. See how that looks. I guess we just sort of plop it out here in the middle. Anyone have suggestions on the depth here? I'm guessing probably about 75 centimeters, maybe. Let's try like 70. Seems like a very shallow spot. So we've got one decent rod and then two ultralights right now. There we go. And now we wait. Yeah, Cappy, I'll if we don't get anything picking up in these areas, I'll check out the spots you're talking about where you don't need to boat. I think we've got a bite already. Good to see. Really, I don't know if that's a fish nibbling or if that's some weird current making the float bob. Nope. Okay, it's a fish. I'll just wait and see if it takes it all the way. There we go. First fish of Ladoga Lake. We've got smelt. Okay. Well, the XP is not very good, but it's not a marker, so we'll see how it's looking there. That was a terrible cast. Go. So yeah, my main goal of checking these fish out, because I already know sort of what to expect with Shemaya and Pontic Shad and Seversky. So if the fish here are significantly more profitable than that, then I'll prioritize getting the ultralights upgraded. Otherwise, I'll just save up for another heavy-duty telescopic. So yeah, if there's trout, I definitely want to avoid that since my ultralights definitely would not be able to handle them. But the whitefish like the Volkov and some other one starts with the other whitefish, which are more in the peninsula spot. This one's more of the little common minnows and things of that nature. So those are my main target today, but I think I stop at this spot along the way just to try it out. Not a great bite rate, but that also may be these hooks may be too big for this spot. Actually, I probably need to I'm going to go ahead and move to the other spot because I imagine I need to use like size 20 to 24 hooks here. And I've got size 16 on. 16, I imagine, should be just right for the whitefish. I did notice when I checked earlier, I've got all 5 of the weeklies right now for mirror carp on telescopic in the US region. That's pretty neat. All right, so this is the other spot that I wanted to check that I found in my research. And we pulled the exact coordinates up here. It's 4328. So, like here on this rock somewhere. Right here, I guess. Okay, so does anybody know with this spot, am I casting towards this side, out into the shallower part, or out towards this side? I'm assuming no matter what, I need to set my depths deeper on this, probably to like 1.5 meters, I'd say. cast towards the other side. So like this side, away from town. Okay. So I guess I'm going to be casting into this much deeper water. So let's go for like a 2.5 meter depth. Hey, that smelt was a weekly ultralight record. I guess no one in the U.S. region is even bothering with ultralight over there. There we go. Our first fish of the night on the weeklies by technicality. Looks like, okay, yeah, looked like there was a current pulling that, but there's just the trick of the light. Yeah, we'll try these at 2.5 meters first. So I don't know if this whitefish are more of a shallow fish or a deep water fish. But 2.5 should put us about halfway between each. All right, now we wait. Okay, I think we got something going for this line. I'm going out to number 2. We missed whatever was on this one. Go. First fish at this spot is going to be Vindus. All right. Not great XP, and I know Vindus do not sell well, so not impressed so far. What's going on there? I think it's just kind of like buggy at that depth distance. Weird. All right, got something nibbling on this line. And did we miss it? I think it was popping up out of the water there and I didn't realize it. Yeah, looks like we missed it. Just for the heck of it, let me see, do I have any bloodworm ground bait? I think this was bloodworm. Let me throw some of that out there. Might help things a little bit. Oh, getting a nibble. Seems like it's going to be narrow windows to set the hook on these fish. Oh, welcome to the stream there, Spruce Time. So they've been getting some good fishing here. Very nice. Yeah, whitefish is what I'm after doing, obviously on telescopic rods, but see what we can get. It's my first time out here at Ladoga Lake, so it's kind of learning the spots and whatnot. Do you have any recommendations for proper depth to set everything at in this area? Got it at 2.5 centimeters right now. I don't know if that's the optimal depth or not. Another Vindus, and it's not a bad size for the Vindus, but hoping to get some of them whitefish. That's what we're after. Very nice. Always fun to fill out those trophy lists. Okay, yeah, I figured this is one of the spots that's going out into the deeper hole, so I'm assuming it's probably the 2.5 is probably the better option for here, but I don't see much of a bite rate. I'll try lowering it then. Another bite over here. It's enough nibbling there, fish. Just take it down. Take it down. Get some trophy roach and stuff. Okay, and I've heard that there's the gibble here and the crucian carp are pretty good. They're Vindus, so it seems like Vindus are more popular in this spot right now. Keep at it. Right now, it's all kind of an experiment to see what I can get that's most profitable on ultralights, because I'm trying to decide whether my next equipment upgrade will be upgrading my ultralights or going for another Falcon L for carp fishing with my telescopics. All right, looks like this is probably one of the whitefish species here. What do we got? I'm in close enough to net. Nope, it's a ripus. Okay, so the XP is not terrible on that. It's not as good as like a Black Sea Shemaya, but it's certainly not as good as the carp. But if the silver's decent, this floats needs to be going a little bit further out. Gimbals and stuff by the boathouse. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, it is a bit of a bummer that you can't get to these spots along here without a boat. It'd be nice if you could just follow a trail over. So what's the silver like on the whitefish out here? Is it pretty good compared to say like the Ponic Shad and Black Sea Shemayo and Seversky, which have otherwise been my most profitable ultralight fish. Nibble here. Yeah. Another Vindus, it looked like. Oh, it was a little tiny ripus, okay. Okay, so it seems like the profit's going to depend on the whitefish that you catch, I guess. All right, we'll see how it goes. I know with the, obviously, carp fishing, when I go out there to amber with my telescopic, that's really pretty good profit out there, but it's comparable, I guess, to the Black Sea Shemaya. This may just be a fish that's not strong enough to bring that bobber all the way down. It's on line 2 as well. Gonna be the one I can set first here. Set this rod down and be ready to get either one. One of these got to take the whole hook now. Come on. On this one as well. All right, here we go. Number 3 wins. Looks like a bream. See what we got. Look it over. Up on land, anyways. This is a little awkward. Get up here. There we go. Yep, just a bream. So I guess probably better to use a slightly shorter telescopic if you're fishing from this spot, but work with what we've got. Yeah, most of this is for me to figure out if I want to upgrade these 2 ultralights, or actually ultimately get 3 bigger ultralights that can handle up to 3.5 kilo. These are only 2 kilo capacity. Or if I want to just get another carp capable telescopic. If I find that this is pretty profitable, then I'll go with the ultralights. If not, I'll probably save up for another carp capable. Oh, man, I wasn't even looking. I guess I got a bunch of ultralight weeklies there. It's kind of like cheating to do ultralight telescopic fishing in the US region, though, because hardly anyone does it. It's like easy weeklies. Bite rate slow down a little bit here. Something on this line. Yeah, I think this one may just, the float may be too heavy. It's a 4-gram float. Probably needs to be a 2-gram. Another bream. Nice. Yeah, that's the nice thing. You go to these lakes that don't have a lot of people on them, so you're bound to get the weeklies left and right. It's a nice feeling. So far, the XP I'm not too thrilled with here. If I compare it to the Black Sea Shemai on Seversky, during happy hour with ultralight telescopics there, those tend to give around 15,000 XP apiece. So you can rack up XP really fast out there doing ultralight. And they're not bad silver either. Even the small Black Sea Shemai are worth like 6 or 7 silver each. So far, my hourly rate on average was actually better at Seversky than Amber Lake. There's a couple more weekly records popping up for me there. Yeah, it seems like maybe the whitefish are a little bit further out than I'm able to reach with the telescopics. This seems to go. Sure. I know when I looked on the RF4 hotspots, it was saying that it's about 20-meter clip. And I think my telescopics are only getting out to like 13, maybe 15 meters at best. So I may just not be able to get out far enough to get to the whitefish with these. I know, Cappy, you mentioned you were getting some out there by the docks. Was that on telescopics or was that on like a bolo float rod that you were casting at? I saw someone just got a ultralight Volkov whitefish weekly. It was on telescopics. Okay, so I'll stick at this spot for a few more minutes and then I can go try that spot out, see if I have better luck getting whitefish there. I guess the other question is what size hook is best for the whitefish? I've got size 16, which I figured would be the right size, but I'm not entirely sure. There's a white eye bream. You've been fishing at 6033, just on a small island by the cliff. Okay. This is like one of these. So you're saying a larger hook size. Okay. Let me try swapping the hook sizes out on these and see if they're like nibbling on this line. Yeah, I'm slowly working my way towards 80% float fishing. I know getting that sandwich bait is a huge boon. We got a little ways to go. I'm at 70 point something right now. Another Vindus. This one's about to have a fish as well. I'm not using any stonefly. Actually, I don't think I have any stonefly. I'll check. I'm just using mayfly larvae on all of them. Seems like those are fairly generic go-to out here. Um, Take the hook. There we go. Now I'll switch these out to the larger hook sizes. Another Vindus. All right, so let's go just for a higher bite rate. Let's go with a size. Do I have any size 4s or hanging around? Yes, I don't. I guess we'll try a size 2 then. And let me check. Do I have any stonefly? I do not. I've got horsefly, but not very many. So I guess I'll just stick with the mayfly for now. And we'll try that. See how that does. I guess I'll just keep the size 16 on the others for now. Although using those larger hooks, the mayfly larva may not work. You mix mayfly and stonefly? Alright. I'll check, maybe go up and check the spot that Cappy's been checking out. I'll swing by the tackle shop, see if they've got some stonefly in stock. A little pickle action. And the bite rate's not terrible, but just been trash fish so far from what I'm using. Which I can go back to the spot over here where I got the smelt and see if I can't get some like the stickleback or something like that. Trying to fill out all those trophy cards. Another ripus there. So far I haven't been too worried about it. Like I've got a few random trophies just from happenstance, but I'm not to the certainly not to the point yet where I want to target farm trophy fishing. Appreciate the follow there, Spruce Time. Here we go. Nope. Boat went sideways, but I guess it wasn't fishing. In the right spot to set this down. I really wish they had the just like a rod stand to hold everything, so you have to like try and find a spot when you're fishing multiple. 68, 69 is the hot spot right now. Let's see, so where's that at on the map? Which region is that? Go give it a shot. Spot by the bridge. The rock's jutting out of it. All right, let's so we haven't really got any whitefish at this spot. Let's go ahead and go give that spot a try. And I'll swing by the tackle shop and pick up some regular size 4 hooks since I don't have any that aren't carp hooks. Where did that boat go? There it is. First stop, tackle shop. Stonefly's out of stock. Well, that's all right. We can stick with the mayfly larva. So which of these buildings is the cafe? Is this the cafe? Guessing so. I get some dark because I'll try getting on the dock there. Yeah. Yeah, that's cafe. So we've got alright, lake trout. And there, I mean, if we can find the 365 stickleback, I guess that's okay, but it seemed very impressive. Correctly, this was the tackle shop. Right, let's start with some hooks. Let's get some good old happy hooks. They never do me wrong. Get 2 size 4s. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and take the boat over towards that bridge. And say it's one of the rocks jutting out from over here. Okay. For these exact coordinates 68, 68, 69. All right. I feel like the true telescopic challenge is trolling with a telescopic. Connected to the shore on my left, okay. 869, so we're at 5. 68. Okay, so we're around here somewhere. Right there, maybe? I was at it. Okay, so there's one of these rocks here. Plow on into it here. All right. 8. Looking for 69 on the second digit here. 69. Is 69. Uh-oh. Okay. I was stuck for a second there. All right. So it's one of these rocks here, I guess. Am I fishing just out into the cove, more or less? Go and get the set up here. So depth in this area is much deeper. Okay, so fish right here, 69, 62. What depth are you using, Cappy? I'll fish along with you. How did I end up on this rock? I walked around. Okay. Try that other rock a little bit closer. 1.5 centimeter or 1.5 meter. All right. We'll give it a try. I really, really wish you could just type in the float depth. All right, am I casting just like straight out towards the island, or is it inside these little coves between the rocks? Try this to start out. Towards the island, all right. That. The other one's set up as well. Size to a size 4. And same thing with this one. There we go. Now we wait. And try to get some more mayfly larvae while we wait. That's not blade fly larva. Keep it scoop. Let me down. You're using a medium hook. All right, let me try. So I've got 4s on the ultralights here. Let's see. I missed that fish anyways, but this is a carp hook, so let me try downsizing this to a medium, and we'll see which ends up doing a little bit better. Let's try a size 8. All right, looks like we got a big bite already. Here we go. We got a lake trout. Okay, lake trout, as long as you guys stay that size, you can hang around here, but don't be getting any bigger than that. I'll be losing my hooks. Or ultralights can't handle it. Oh, got a bite. Eventually it'll bite hard enough for me to set the hook. Yeah, I'm a little worried about those lake trout on my ultralights here. Have to hope for the best. A very non-committal fish here. Let's set the rod down, see if that tricks it into going all the way. There we go. Oh, I missed it anyway. Oh well. You win some, you lose some when it comes to telescopics. Probably lose more than you win. But that's the fun of using them. Where am I at on float fish anyways? I'm at 70.5. It's gonna be a slow crawl getting to that sandwich bait. All we can do is what we can do. Okay, this one's down. Got one on 3 as well, probably gonna miss that. Hey, we got a common minnow. A little slight nibble on this one. Felt like it was on there, but pulled up too soon. That's the tricky part with telescopic, is learning the bite patterns of each fish when you can to actually set the hook. Practice makes perfect. Cast more to the left. Okay, I'll start slowly making these cast leftward a bit. On line 3 again. No, maybe I can still get it. Nope. Go. Another Vindus. This one as well. Yeah. Go ahead and try to get some more mayfly larvae while we wait for a bite. Hey, we got one. Sometimes I feel like the percentages of those scoops and shovel bait, it can be tuned up considering got all points invested into it, and still a pretty low chance of getting it. Or maybe if the chance is an increase, just increase the quantity range that you can get. Okay, so I guess I wonder if this is going to be like the Pontic shad, where they bring the float down pretty fast and then immediately let go, and you have to get them on the second drop. that one. I'll get these suckers figured out. Go. There's a decent sized Ventus at least. I wish there were some lightweight floats that were just bigger. Some of these, like, the visibility on them is not great, and all you can see is a little, the top part. Come on, fishy fish. So, Canadian, you still doing the wheel episodes out there in Norway? You're working on some other stuff. I wonder if there's any action if you hit those birds with a line. You are doing the wheel still? Very nice. So what do we got? What do we got? Looks like another Ventus probably. Yep. Not having great luck getting any of those whitefish. At least we're getting something. Go. It'd be nice to get some float fishing skill gains. Haven't gotten any of those yet today. Some of these fish just drop the float immediately, but don't seem to hang on. Another Ventus. Come on, whitefish, where you at? With the bite rate, I feel like this should be a good way to get skill gains during happy hour, but yeah. We got one whitefish out here. We'll see how we do. There's another tiny lake trout. There you go. Just again. Some of these fish just, they bite fast, but they do not hold on to the hook at all. Be on your toes out here with the telescopic. 1 and 3 are bobbing. Which one's going to drop first here? 1. Another Ventus. I really want to throw a line at that bird over there, gotta be honest. Okay, looks like another Ventus probably. This might be a minnow. Nah, it's a Ventus. Definitely not blown away by the XP I'm getting out here for this. I'm assuming the silvers are not going to be great either. But if I can find a spot that the whitefish are hitting, then we can get a good gauge. So far, I'm leaning towards saving up to do another carp telescopic. See how things go. I guess I should say it's not necessarily just a carp telescopic. It would allow me to go after some salmon and char and stuff as well. Pretty solid options. The only thing about it is that I've also got my bottom rods to do that, so I'm kind of just trading out a bottom rod for a float rod. I think pretty much the only reason to consider the ultralight upgrades is if I can find something that gives both really good XP and reasonable silver. Tremendous. Probably missed this one. Yeah. Fire rate's definitely pretty decent though. I'm just surprised I haven't gotten a single skill gain out of it yet. Go check when I pull this in. Is my happy hours active or do I need to relog? Well, there's a float fishing gain, and that's probably what's going on. My happy hour. I guess I logged in here just before happy hour started. So let me actually relog real quick to get happy hour in here. That helps the XP gain a little bit. As good as this bite rate's been, I would expect that with happy hour kicking in, I should see a handful of skill gains out of it, which would be nice. All right, let's get back over to that same spot. Let's see, at nighttime, is there anything in those spots that hits at nighttime that I can try and fish for instead with a different bait? Same stuff? Okay. This location is listed as backyard. Whose backyard is this? Seems like it'd be a pretty nice house. Go. Park it gracefully. Get our lines back in the water. There's the happy hour activation. So it seems, I guess I just hopped on. I must have been like 2 or 3 minutes before at most before it would have kicked in, I guess. Probably missed out on a decent little bit of bonus XP and skill gains from that. Oh, get a bite. Another trophy, very nice. Congrats there. Hey, I just got a Ladoga as well. He's not great, but that wasn't even a marker, so I guess that's actually pretty decent XP for a non-marker. That's our first whitefish, so getting somewhere. Someone got a char on telescopic just now on weeklies. For a chance to set the hook. Still waiting. We're gonna bite on line 3 as well. Oh. There we go, another decent sized Ventus and a float fishing game. Pulled up just a few seconds, or just probably 1 second too soon there. It's that one as well. What's going on? The sun is completely set right now. It is 9 o'clock here and someone is mowing the yard. Apologize if my mic is picking that sound up in the background. Do some lake trout for a telly, I guess. Nine at night, sun's completely set, and someone is mowing. Vindus. I'm surprised I'm getting Vindus on size 4 hooks. Yeah, 9 in the morning I can understand, but 9 at night when there's no light out, it's just getting crazy. Okay, we gotta watch this one. This one's a hefty boy for my telescopic. The old, oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's all right. All right. Buy another float. Huh. Usually it doesn't take the float as well. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, so I guess we'll get a size 6 on here with a mayfly. Have to remember to replace that float now. Yeah, that's my concern. They're probably being a little too risky here. Some of those larger fish will definitely tear through this line. Middle of the morning there for you, Cappy. I see if it was 2:52 a.m. and someone was mowing the yard, I'd be running out there yelling at him for disturbing my rest. uh, yeah, looks like we've got another Ladoga whitefish. I mean, the Ladoga whitefish seem to be decent XP considering those are non-markers and giving that much. If I can manage to snag them on my ultralights, it'll be really nice. And see, that's kind of what I wanted to check and experiment. Okay, there's another float fishing game. If I upgrade my ultralights, then those whitefish should be much less of an issue because I can go up to like some 3 kilo capacity line. But I want to confirm that it'll be worth the silver to try and do that. Another Ladoga. Missed it. Now what's odd here is that if I miss the hook set, the floats aren't really coming back to the surface, which is a little unusual. Hydrate time, we got a Canadian. Yeah, that is the it is tricky to set the hook on some of these for sure, but here we go. I'm getting the rhythm of it. I probably need to go get the another float. This particular float is one of those special ones you can get on Subversky, and I can barely see that thing in the water. Oh, we got a nifty drink sent over here from Canadian. Pop some of that with some pickles here in a second. A little pickle action. And get some of this blackcurrant. Not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm sure some of those syllables are silent. I don't know which ones. But I do like blackcurrant. I've actually got some blackcurrant tea. Maybe I'll brew up for tomorrow's stream. Tonight I've got some leftover, just basic, unsweet black tea from dinner in the old styrofoam bucket. Yeah, I definitely need to get another standard float. This one is just, my old eyes can't see that float. Another Vendus. Missed it. All right, once the sun sets, I'm going to go back and get a new float to replace this one because that is so barely visible. Lights on line 1 and 3 right now. One's going to be the first to go down. Both went down at the same time. I'm going to miss both of them. Guessing number 2 is underwater right now. Go. Okay, so we've got the perfect timing. Here, fish. Where you going? Get up on the rock. Come on. Here, we've got another float fishing game. We've got an ad break starting here. I'm going to go ahead and use the opportunity to relog to go back to the camp, and I'm going to buy a float that I can actually see for that second line. Plus another better sized hook for it. So let me do that real quick. Using the starter float. Yeah, I've got, there's a 2-gram float. I'm surprised that usually when I have a line tear, I don't remember it taking my my float, but it definitely did. But with the ultralight lines, I have to use a 2-gram float and not a 4-gram. Let's see. Get a float, slim, get a nice. It says I've got. Let's see, let me check my lines here. This one has the blue. Yep. So regular float, slim. What? And actually, let me check. Do they have any of the slim glowing ones here? For 2 gram. Although those are very expensive, I'm going to hold off on that for now. Okay, stick to some cheapos. Get that, and also another size 6 hook. All right, let's get back over to the spot and get the lines back in the water. Oh, about to lose the boat. I better go and buy another ticket here. Whoop. Ooh, some nice wine. Appreciate that, Nadine. I think maybe I'll use that as the reward for the float competition. Another 1-day rental here. Go. And back to our spot. Oh, can you get that to that spot on foot? I guess I should have checked that. Oh, well, at least now we've got the, now we can get there a little bit faster. But see, my other concern with upgrading the ultralight, I'll, once I get the lines in the water, I'll go over the option, but I'm really not getting a huge increase for the price. Back to that one. All right. So this one is the, now we can see the glow-in-the-dark float in action. Oh, it's so luminous. Boy, let me tell you. I'll switch this over to the red there. Happy hook size 6. And slide here. So right now, the capacity of these telescopics is 2.2 kilos. So I've got 2.1 kilo capacity line. The next tier of ultralight telescopics are about 1,700 silver. And they go up to, the capacity on them is 3.5 kilos. So I can go theoretically to 3.4 kilo capacity line. I don't know if there is such a line, but it's, it's a 1.3 kilo load increase that I could do. Dang it. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking these whitefish may not work on my current ultralights. Just a little too risky. Another float fishing game, we're up to even 71%. So the question becomes, would I be able to catch these fish? See, like there, it didn't take the float. I don't know why that last one took the float as well. Weird. Go ahead, I put on here. We'll do this. The question is, would like a 3 kilo line be able to handle the fish out here that are snapping my line currently? Let me just set the dang thing down. There we go. That's why I wish they had just a 3-rod rod holder where you can just place it down and not have to do the whole dance to find an open spot. No. I appreciate the boat and the crayfish tails there, Arbesh. You know, those crayfish tails have been coming in handy against some larger fish. Are they good on the whitefish out here as well? Both these lines bouncing. On the rock. There we go. Another decent Vindus there. Problem. See, so you someone broke your 7 kilo line. I imagine that was probably like a large lake trout or something. But I feel like the other issue is that the fish you can catch with the ultralight, even with the 100% XP gain, it's hard to compare the XP you get for just like a carp. Right, everything's biting, but nothing's going all the way. It's definitely going to miss 1 or 2 of these. Go. Another Vindus and a float fishing game. I think I missed that one. Still something going after 1. Too soon. Oh well. Definitely a good bite rate out here, though. I think this area is probably going to be decent for getting some float fishing gains during happy hour, at the very least. Yeah, that's what I've got to take into consideration is like, is the extra 1.3 kilo capacity from the ultralight upgrade going to be enough? I know the highest ultralight telescopic goes up to, I think, 5.5 kilo, but those are like 8,000 silver rods. Another Vindus. Missed it. But got something moving on the other 2 lines. Let's get one of those. Yeah. The Vindus. At least all the Vindus have been markers pretty much, so best. Yeah, we should get once they're all biting, you're definitely the best. But the good thing is you can still leave them out and they'll bite again at least. Not the end of the world. Yeah, you definitely, when they're all hitting, you're going to miss one or two of them for sure. Definitely a solid bite rate. So for going for skill gains, this is definitely. Ooh, ooh, come on. Nope, didn't see. Didn't see. Yeah, this is I think this area is way too risky for the ultralights that I got. And as quick as those are snapping, I really don't know if the 3.5 kilo ultralight is going to be enough. There, so that one took the float again. Huh. Weird. One just dropped down to a nice small hook. So that's definitely something to consider as far as what my plans is, that if 3.5 kilo is still going to be too risky, then it doesn't even seem worth trying to go for that upgrade. Like, I know that the 3.5 would be fine at, it would cover me for the things that were breaking my line when I was doing ultralight fishing at Seversky, but here I don't think it's going to do the trick. If it was only like 800 silver, then I'd just say, yeah, I'll go for it. But at 1700 silver, for for still being pretty much in the risk zone, I just don't know. Not to mention, I'm really not like the 100% XP bonus I'm getting out here. I'd still be getting more XP just fishing for carp at Amber, I think. Another missing, another float fishing game. We got the 20% today. Very nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Once I started taking on telescopic, it's become my favorite method of fishing on here. You certainly miss a lot of fish, but that's, I think, part of the fun of it is like it keeps you on your toes the whole time. Another Ventus. Recast. A little bit of cucumber action here. Like, yeah, bottom fishing, the cool part of that is like all the ways you can build your rig out. And certainly like getting those big carp and fighting them is a lot of fun. But because the hook is, essentially auto set on those, it's a very like, while you wait, it's a very passive float fishing game. I think what I'm enjoying about this is that it's the whole time you're really having to hyper focus on what's going on. Yeah, well, and see, the nice thing about float fishing too is that, like I've been doing, there's a little Ladoga whitefish. Like the way I've been doing it at Amber Lake, you can have a float fit line out and still have like two bottoms out so that you can continue trading bottom fishing and going after stuff with that, but also still get some float fishing training as well. It's nice. Something you can't really do if you're trolling, for example. Okay, a little line bobbing here. For some good carp rods. It's expensive, that's for sure. I was all originally I was gung ho about bottom fishing. I do like bottom fishing. You get those big fish on. It's hard to beat the fight for some of those. Honestly, like, and I think it'll change once I get the other marine rig types, so I can get like boat rods and stuff like that. But on my first two trips to sea, like the basic perking style of fishing, I found to be actually kind of because it was kind of just drop the line in, let it float straight down, and then reel straight up. So I didn't find it particularly engaging, but I know once you get to like the boat rods and stuff like that, it'll be a lot more exciting. Or just going after the bigger fish. It was certainly profitable in both silver and XP, but just wasn't engaging. And trolling a lot of the time is kind of the same way. You just kind of go around in a circle, let the fish bite on, then reel it in, repeat. Certainly a lucrative style, but not my preferred style. I wonder, do we have all of the weekly US Bendis ultralight records now? Nope, what about telescopic? Nope. Huh. Oh, we got a bunch of those earlier. Yes, no. Missed again. See, I think like it's a weird trade-up. So carp during happy hour are going to give me more overall XP, but the bite rate's not great. So the chance of getting a decent fitness there, getting any skill gains is pretty low. So I guess for skill gains, this is definitely a superior option. I wish I could tell if the next tier of ultralight would be enough to handle the load. Because I mean, if not, honestly, like I could just not use the ultralights here. I've got this comfort plus my Falcon, so I could use those instead of the ultralights. Have no issue out here. But I'd really like if I could make the ultralight work. You know, getting that extra XP is really nice. I guess I'll have to judge it by how close to 3.5 kilo I can get some monofilament line. Slow them down a little bit here. Man, I really hate how hard it is to see that float. Go. Ah, I missed it. I think the other thing about this spot is that reminds me I can go ahead and scoop some more. Vindus. And try and scoop some more mayfly, but I'm definitely going through my mayfly larva quickly here. There's one more mayfly. Go. There's another Ladoga. Dang, something was carrying line 2 quite a ways there. We're worried that it's going to be too big a fish for me. Or it's just a another little tiny fish. Okay. Who's gonna go first? 1, 2, 1. Missed it. Another Venus, it looks like. Yep. Oh, no, tiny Venus. Probably missed this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really hard to tell if that. I mean, I'm sure some of those ones, like the ones that I was able to fight for a good 10, 15 seconds before the line snapped, I'm sure the upgrade ultralight would allow me to get those ones, but just not confident. Another Ventus. Another Ventus. So many Ventus. If there's a Ventus cafe order, by George, surely we've got it filled. But skill gain wise, we've done pretty good. I think we've gotten a whole percent out here so far. Not too shabby considering we're already over 70. Definitely cannot complain about the bite rate. See, like this right here is a fish that the upgrade would probably work for. I don't have enough room to. Nope. This is a lot of money in lost hooks for sure. See, I don't get it. Why is the other line losing the float? Does anybody have any ideas on that? Back down to a smaller hook. Another Ventus. And another one. I'm about to lose another hook here. Yep. Let's see, that time it didn't lose the float, at least. This is, yeah, I think it's just a waste of time pretty much to try and use the this ultralight out here. We'll finish out this happy hour and then not to make a decision. Honestly, I think I'm going to end up in the negative for today from all the line tears. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much all these fish bring in, but I've probably spent about 40 to 60 silver today on replacing hooks. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like I want to say that the 3.4 kilo ultralight could probably handle most of those, but I just don't know. Or the 3.5 kilo, I mean, but and not being sure of that is like it's kind of making me hesitant to make the upgrade because it wouldn't be doing anything for me if it can't handle those fish. I guess what it comes down to, I'll look at the line options. If there is a monofilament line I can get for it that is exactly 3.4 kilo capacity, so I'm maxing out the capabilities of that rod, then I'll get one and try it out. I'm not super confident. Another Vendus. I'm definitely happy with the skill gains from the bite rate. I do this, a good week and a half on a happy hour out here. I can probably get to that 80% and unlock the sandwich bait, which is really good. Yeah, I mean, certainly if I get a large trout, the upgraded ultralight has no chance. But those should be, I assume, rare enough that if I lose one hook an hour, it's not a big deal. But if I get like we've been having, where it's like every 5 minutes I get a line snap, then that's no good. They're all right, Vendus there. And the other thing I have to consider also is that are these fish really giving enough base XP for me to care about trying to ultralight fish them? The Vendus certainly are not. If I could get a few like 800-gram whitefish on one of these ultralights to get an idea, then make a better judgment. There's an all right Ladoga whitefish, happy hour plus ultralight. I'm really like, it's really not that much XP. Not much extra XP going with ultralight over a regular because the base XP on these fish is so low. Another Ladoga. Another Vendus, but I mean, that's what it comes down to. Maybe the other argument for the ultralight upgrade is that it does make me safe at Seversky, which is pretty good for ultralight fishing. Maybe when I'm out here, I just need to suck it up and not use the ultralight and just use the bigger rods. And I've got a cat cleaning himself in front of the monitor, so I'm at a handicap. Bendis there. Oh. So we're up to 61 fish caught. Should have about 10 minutes or so left of happy hour. Hope for a few more hook fishing skill gains out of it. All these recast. Man, I've already gone through a lot of mayfly larvae there. There's a whopping one replenished. Got something decent on the ultralight here. We can get up on the rocks. These long freaking rods are kind of a pain in the butt. Ladoga, yeah, it's not a ton of bonus for going ultralight with them. It's not like the Shemaya where the base XP is like 2,000 to 4,000. Recast it. Yeah, I still don't know why on this rod those floats were getting taken with the line tears. Just another minnow? Yeah. Tiny, tiny minnow. Lights on 2 and 3. Looks like 3 is the first one. Ladoga. And another Ladoga. Looks like the whitefish are waking up now. which may not be great for my poor ultralights, but see how it goes. Ooh, someone got a 23-gram Clupanella. That's a hefty Clupanella. I've never gotten one above like 13. Where is this thing? All right, here it is. Yes. A little awkward. Another Ventus. And another Ventus. That 72 fish made 252 silver. Very nice. Were they mostly Ventus, or were you getting a lot of other stuff in there? We're sitting at 69 fish right now. Nice. Missed that one a little. I don't remember there being any Ventus orders on the cafe. Unfortunately, there was a stickleback one, but we didn't catch any of those. Ooh, there's a marker smelt. It's still nothing compared to the Black Sea Shamaya. Like, what I have found is that with ultralight telescopic, Black Sea Shamaya are really, really good, but everything else, like the ultralight bonus, just doesn't seem to be enough. Alright, so you had some whitefish that helped with a lot of the silver there, sounds like. See how mine does. Another Ventus. Missed it. Now I know like the maximum ultralight rod that's like 8,000 silver, they can hold up to 5.5 kilo. If you're careful, you could catch some like smaller, like around the 3 to 4 kilo common carp on that. That would be some killer XP, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling here is like the bite rate has been really good, so that's really helpful for skill gain. But yeah, the overall XP, definitely nothing compared to Seversky or Amber. Silver is probably going to be somewhat comparable, but not by. But my hunt for things to justify posture check. Alrighty. Got a nice little posture check and a missed fish at the same time. Oh. And that slouch on here. But yeah, so far Black Sea Shamaya have been, and I guess Onyx Shad to a lesser extent, but mainly the Black Sea Shamaya have been like the biggest justification for ultralight. Nothing else seems to have a high enough base XP to make that worth it. I mean, it's fun for getting on the Hydric, coming right up. Ah, nice fresh water. Yeah, it's nice to get on like the weekly rewards, but for practical purposes, Black Sea Shamaya still seem to be the biggest option. Now, possibly there's an argument to be made for trout, if I can find a spot to catch like brown trout and rainbow trout on a ultralight telly. but I don't know. Which map you're talking about? The Seversky? Okay, so Seversky, first go to like Mosquito or Winding and load up on Mayflies because they're always going to be sold out at Seversky and they are. Or yeah, then just if you find a spot where Black Sea Shemaya are biting, they are very well worth it. They're worth about 6, usually at least 6 silver a piece, so you can get a good quantity of them for a pretty decent silver game. But just the base XP on them is so much higher than other small fish that it actually makes the ultralight really worth it. Like I mentioned with Happy Hour, I was getting around like the smaller Black Sea Shemaya, I'd get around 8,000 XP, but on average, I was getting at least like 12,000 XP per Shemaya. And the bite rate was pretty similar to what I'm having here, so you can imagine that added up really quick. That smelt was apparently a weekly across the board, regular smelt size, telescopic size, and ultralight size. Another Vindus. I just wish those points you get on the weekly board mattered more. Another Vindus. Must be like a rock or something out there that the float was bouncing on. God. Yeah, I think you'll like Seversky. At nighttime, you can swap to a deeper depth and try to go for like rough and Donitz rough at the same spots. But yeah, during the day, you'll get Sitchel, Ponic Shad, and Black Sea Shemaya if you're at a spot where those are active. All of them are pretty valuable fish. Rods are starting to get too close together here, making it difficult to set them down. Another Vindus. Another thing I think they should change is the marker for fish size. It should only be considered a marker if it's big enough to be a chat marker. It's this weird like in-between size where it can be a marker but not yet big enough to go in chat. I think it should just be no marker and then until it's big enough to go to chat. Simplify things. Be more consistent that way. We got another fighter here, but I think I can pull him in. There we go. Might be our biggest ultralight catch for the day. It'll be hairy though. Come on. The rocks. Oh, don't roll back into the water. And I trick him into the net. Maybe? No? Dang it. I got robbed right there. That was probably a trophy, Vindus right there. That times. That's the problem with these long rods. They can cast further, but you're still there. Sometimes actually landing the fish, like if you're not in an area where you can just back way up to just pull them all the way on shore, you kind of just can't get them. A tiny Ventus there. Someone's got to watch the replay video of this and get a tally of how many lines were torn. I appreciate the hooks there, Canadian. I'll definitely make use of them out here because we've lost a lot. So all the pity hooks. I missed it. Go ahead and put one of these new hooks on here. More coming in. Getting flooded with hooks. Appreciate all those though. I will definitely, especially on those berserks, I am not going to put those on the ultralights here right now because those are some pricey hooks, and we have seen the hooks out here are going to get lost right now. As soon as this happy hour ends, we'll go back to the tackle shop and take a look at our options for whether or not it would be a worthwhile investment to go ahead and go to the next tier of ultralights. I'm not wholly convinced, but maybe. It's like holding it under the water, but here we go. Nope, still didn't set it. And set this onto a, oh, that's the item man, that should be fine. Almost to 80 fish caught. Go. This is, I think, a problem with that float is it goes, even though it's a 2-gram float, it acts like it's one of those feather-like floats and goes all the way under the water before it's really ready to set. Another Ventus. There goes the happy hour, so we'll catch one more fish on each rod, then we'll head back to town. Missed it. Hit this one? Nope, missed it too. Okay, well, maybe we'll just miss all the fish. Jeez. Here we go. Going for this last fish whenever one bites on here. Let's hope for a good one. I got about a full percentage of float fishing gain during that happy hour, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. Total XP wasn't great. That was maybe 20,000 XP total, which is like a couple carp. I'm still a firm believer that making it so that the cafe orders would also award some comparable XP would be a really good change. He's going to decide to bite now that we're ready to pack up? Fine. All right, let's run back to town, see what our profit was, and then take a look at the tackle shop and see what our options are for upgrades. First off, do we have anything we can turn in at the cafe? Ask the tackle store. Nope. Nothing we can turn in. Okay. Well, it's gonna be raw fish price, so what are we guessing here? I'm gonna say 177 silver. 173 from Cappy. Give Canadian a second to put in. It's 233. All right, let's see what we've got. 175. So looks like Cappy was the closest. I don't know. For an hour and a half, that wasn't great silver. Because I mean, these bandits are just not worth much. So skill point gains, great. We barely made I mean, considering we had to buy the map and make the travel and buy the boat fees, all that, we didn't make much of a profit today. But let's go take a look at these options right here. Also, just out of curiosity, how did we do on the weeklies in USA region? Let's see. In this, surely we ended up in there somewhere. With Ladoga Lake? No, that's not gonna be the weeklies, is it? I wish you could trim it down to weekly by the body of water you're in. Vindus, there we are. Well, I got 4 of the 5 on Vindus. Someone's out there getting them on trolling on Quarry, messing it up. What else we have? We got Smelt, 2 of the 3. Okay. And I think we had, what, Ladoga Whitefish. Hey, we got 4, the only 4 out here on ultralights for those, so about that. We check telescopic specifically. Nope. Yeah, I guess that's not going to be as good of an indicator because people are going to be using those big telescopics to get stuff, so. All right. Got some pretty good weekly coverage on there now. Yeah, you got those whitefish, which definitely seems to make a big difference. They are the money fish here, it would seem, for float fishing at least. All right, so the Ladoga Soul Pole goes up to 3.5 kilo. The question is there a 3.4 kilo mono line? Snake. Visible clear is what we would want. So we'd be able to go up to 3.2. Yes. Well, actually, let's check some other ones here. Maybe the ultra line. Okay, so there is a 3.4 ultra line. So that's an option then. So we could go up from basically, I think, exactly 2 kilos that we've got on these right now. 2.1. So we go up a full 1.3 kilo in line strength. Is that going to be enough? I don't know. And it's very expensive. I mean, 1629 silver a piece. What do you guys think? Do you think that extra 1.3 kilo is going to be enough? I feel like it's running risky. So then, if we go to a higher tier than that, I guess this one, this goes up to 4.5 kilo, but that's 3,500 silver. Excuse me. The highest one is was it the Blade Ultra or the Blade Razor? One of these. This one. So 5.6 kilo, and it's gonna be like 10,000 silver. It's too much. This one's probably, it's a lightweight. So like, this one we would definitely be able to get some bigger fish on, but I don't think we're going to be able to. The fish that are snapping our line now, I just don't know that having an extra 1.3 kilo of strength is going to prevent that line from snapping. It'll certainly prevent it for some of them, but it comes down to I can get 2 of those for what, 3,200 silver, or for Well, actually, okay, so this lake does have a penalty, it looks like, to cost of things. So I guess it's a little bit cheaper than that. I think, so it's probably like 1,500 silver or something, but the Falcon that I've got is like 3,700 silver elsewhere, which is, 21.8 kilo capacity. I don't know. What I could do to test it, let's see. How much was that line? I was gonna say I could get that line and just try it on a stronger telescopic, but I'm not gonna pay 100 silver to test it. Is there a cheaper one maybe that I could do? 3.1 is not gonna be a good check. This one has exactly 3.5. I could, so maybe what I can do, I can try this tomorrow during the afternoon or something. I can try picking up this 3.5 kilo line. It's 0.1 kilo over what we would be using, but I can try that one out and see if it lets me. Yeah, I agree. Like it'd be nice if there was like if it was less than like 0.5% wear, if you could still return it or something like that. But if I get this 3.5 kilo strength line and just use it on one of my stronger telescopic rods, that should give me a good idea of whether or not it's going to be strong enough to make the difference. So that I can stomach paying 14 silver to try something like that. So if that works out, then I think I'll do the ultralight upgrades. If not, I think it's just going to make more sense to save up and either get another Falcon or get the silverfish for, even then, like, I don't know, 4.5 kilo. It's still not a huge amount, but we'll see how the test goes and make a determination from there. It's the best way I can think to approach it, because I don't know that extra less than 1.5 kilo strength is going to be enough of an increase. But with that said, let's do our traditional scoop for the end of the night. We get all three. No, well, we got a mayfly larva at least. That's what we've been using, so take it. Overall, enjoying Ladoga Lake. First trip out here. I plan to stay out here for a while longer, try some other spots, and do some more testing with the rig. See what we can get. Great skill gains. Got almost a full % skill gain in float fishing. XP wasn't spectacular. It wasn't terrible, but certainly wasn't Amber Lake or Seversky level. Silver was, yeah, it was passable, but we'll see how things go. I think we got robbed of a trophy Vendus. Like that thing should have gotten up in the land and been able to be brought in. I don't know what happened there, but other than that, I think we'll have some good luck here. We'll try it again next time. Hope everyone has some good fishing. Everyone have a good night. Those of you in Europe, have a good day, and I will catch everybody next time. Take it easy, folks.